For those of you that are longtime viewers of this channel, this keyboard may be a shocker. To the ones that are new, I say, welcome to the channel. I hope you stay with me for the long run. The Razer Black Widow Battlefield 4 edition, i.e. the one that was covered in dust, was my very first mechanical keyboard. Now, it wasn't the first mechanical keyboard I ever typed on. That honor goes to the Black Widow Ultimate 2013, the ones with Cherry MX Blues. It was during the time when I was helping a friend of my dad's build his first gaming PC. We settled on a budget which was around the amount of whatever that's needed to be good, aka you can go absolutely bonkers. And I took that budget very seriously, thus I went with the best of the best at the time. The beast has a Core i7 4770K GTX 783GB SSD, which was expensive at the time. Asus Maximus Z87, 750 watts power supply, 32GB RAM, 2TB hard drive, and even a Blu-ray player. Now, all of that comes to input devices. This was the first time when I went on the gaming aisle of Micro Center and saw this green keyboard with a price tag of $149.99. I also saw a mouse for $79.99, and I remember him saying, "I only want the best." So at that point, I didn't hesitate and throw down the mouse and keyboard into the cart. I still remember the first time when my hands touched that clicky keyboard. It was something that I never felt before, and it was something I knew I couldn't go back from. At the time, my keyboard was a Logitech K120, which was a good membrane keyboard for the price. I remember buying the keyboard with the mouse for $15. After I felt the satisfying click of the Black Widow, I knew I have to have it. I finally saved up enough money for the keyboard, but I didn't want to buy it retail. So I searched the internet, I searched Craigslist, I found Razer Black Widow Battlefield 4 edition for $100. I looked up the keyboard and saw that it was retailed for $169.99. I knew it was a good deal because the seller was listing the keyboard as a new unopened item. I then contacted the seller. We meet up at a local Starbucks. Since buying from Craigslist means point of no return, I haggled for $60. I knew I was pushing it. We landed in the middle of at $80. It seems fair enough because it's about half the value of the retail one, and it was actually unopened, or the seller did a really good job at putting the factory sticker and packaging together. If not that, the Black Widow Battlefield 4 was my first mechanical keyboard. Then a passage of time, and I saw the release of the K70 RGB right away. I knew I have to have it, but at a reasonable price. I waited patiently for the keyboard to go down in value, and during the search for the K70, I saw the Black Widow Chroma for a steal of a price. The keyboard was listed for $60 without box or menu. I knew it was a used keyboard, but I went for it because during the time I needed RGB in my life. If I didn't have RGB, I can't sleep at night. There would be nights where I would be sleeping, dreaming about RGB. This is why I have to have it. Also, I was 19 at the time, which probably explains a lot, but I know what I want and I know the price I am willing to pay for it, but I haggled anyway because it was Craigslist. I remember the price was at $60 once again, and I went for $20. The guy was about to walk away. He looked at me and he knew that I wanted the keyboard, so he said $55. I took a moment and think, what can I do? I wanted something lower than a $5 discount, so I said, how about 40, bro? Then he sat down, he pondered, he looked up into the sky, he reflected his life. I gave him the time to think because selling a mechanical keyboard is quite a monumentous occasion. Nevertheless, he agrees at 40, and this is the story how the Black Widow Chroma was my daily driver. For those of you that are wondering, every single key fused consistent, they all work, and they did not have any of the issue that people were having at the time. That, and I spent over an hour disinfecting every single inch of the keyboard before using it. Anyways, if you like the content, please be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more awesome content.